We all crave connection. It's a fundamental human need to feel close to others, to share our lives, our joys, and our sorrows. This desire for connection drives us to seek out relationships, to form bonds with those around us. We want to love and be loved. This longing for affection and companionship is what makes us human. We seek out relationships that make us feel valued, cherished, and understood. But not all relationships are healthy or nurturing, but sometimes we find ourselves in relationships that hurt us, relationships that leave us feeling trapped. These relationships can be confusing and painful, making us question our worth and our choice. We may feel isolated, misunderstood, and alone in our suffering. This is where trauma bonding can occur. Trauma bonds are forged in the fires of intense emotional experiences. Often involving cycles of abuse and reconciliation, they create a powerful yet destructive connection between the abuser and the victim. Trauma bonding is a psychological response to abuse. It's a survival mechanism that our minds and bodies use to cope with the trauma. This bond can make it incredibly difficult to leave an abusive relationship, even when we know it's harmful. It's like an invisible chain that binds us to our abuser. This chain is forged from fear, hope, and the intermittent kindness that the abuser shows. And it's a complex and insidious form of attachment that can be hard to recognize and even harder to break. We become attached to them, even though they cause us pain. This attachment is reinforced by the abuser's occasional acts of kindness, which create a confusing mix of love and fear. We may find ourselves making excuses for their behavior, hoping that things will get better. This bond forms through cycles of abuse and intermittent reinforcement. The abuser alternates between cruelty and kindness, creating a roller coaster of emotions that keeps us off balance. This unpredictability strengthens the trauma bond, making it harder to leave. Imagine a spiderweb, sticky and suffocating. Each strand represents a moment of fear, a promise of change, or a fleeting act of kindness. Together, they create a trap that is difficult to escape. That's what a trauma bond can feel like. It's a web of emotions that entangles us, making it hard to see a way out. We may feel suffocated by the relationship, yet unable to break free. We feel stuck, unable to break free. The fear of the unknown, the hope for change, and the emotional ties to the abuser all contribute to this feeling of entrapment. But breaking free is possible. But understanding this complex dynamic is the first step towards liberation. By recognizing the signs of a trauma bond, we can begin to unravel the web that holds us. Education and awareness are powerful tools in the journey towards healing. You are not alone, and there is hope for healing. Many have walked this path before and have found freedom and peace. Reach out for support, seek professional help, and remember that you deserve a life free from abuse and filled with genuine love and connection. Recognizing the signs of a trauma bond is crucial. It's the first step towards understanding and eventually breaking free from a cycle of emotional and psychological manipulation. It's about understanding the subtle ways abuse manifests. Often these signs are not immediately obvious, but they can have a profound impact on your mental and emotional well-being. It's about seeing the red flags we often ignore. These red flags can be small, almost insignificant at first, but they accumulate over time, creating a pattern of behavior that is hard to dismiss. Do you walk on eggshells around your partner, afraid to upset them? This constant fear of triggering their anger or disappointment can be a sign that something is deeply wrong. Do you constantly excuse their bad behavior, blaming yourself instead? This self-blame is a common tactic used by abusers to maintain control over their victims. Do you feel isolated from friends and family? Isolation is a powerful tool used by abusers to cut you off from your support network, making you more dependent on them. These are just a few signs of a trauma bond. Recognizing them is the first step towards reclaiming your life and your sense of self. Other signs include intense jealousy, controlling behavior, and a constant need to monitor your actions and interactions, and cycles of love bombing followed by devaluation. This roller coaster of emotions can leave you feeling confused and unsure of your own worth. Recognizing these signs is not about placing blame. It's about understanding the dynamics at play and taking steps to protect yourself. It's about acknowledging the reality of your situation. By doing so, you can begin to heal and move towards a healthier, more fulfilling life. Breaking free from a trauma bond is a courageous act of self-love. It's about choosing yourself, even when it's hard. It's about reclaiming your power and your voice. The first step is acknowledging the reality of the abuse. This is often the hardest step, but it's also the most liberating. It's about breaking through denial and facing the truth. Once you acknowledge the abuse, you can begin to distance yourself from your abuser. This might mean setting boundaries, limiting contact, or even ending the relationship. Remember, you deserve to be safe and respected. Leaving a trauma bond is not easy. It's a process, and it's okay to feel a roller coaster of emotions. You might experience withdrawal symptoms, similar to coming off a drug. You might feel anxious, depressed, or even physically ill. You might miss your abuser despite the pain they caused. This is normal. Trauma bonding rewires our brains, making it hard to let go. Be kind to yourself during this time. Allow yourself to grieve the relationship. Seek support from friends, family, or a therapist. Healing takes time, and it's okay to not be okay. Healing from a trauma bond is about rebuilding your life from the ground up. Just like constructing a new home, it requires patience, effort, and a solid foundation. Each brick you lay represents a step towards reclaiming your life and your sense of self. It's about rediscovering yourself, your strength, and your worth. This process is akin to looking in the mirror and seeing not just your reflection, but the resilient person you are becoming. Every challenge you overcome is a testament to your inner strength. This journey starts with self-compassion. Practicing yoga or journaling can be powerful tools to connect with your inner self. These activities help you to slow down, reflect, and nurture your emotional well-being. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. Imagine the words of comfort you would give to someone you care about deeply, and then direct those words towards yourself. Self-compassion is about being gentle with yourself, especially during tough times. Forgive yourself for any mistakes you made. Understand that everyone makes mistakes, and they are a part of the human experience. Reflecting on these moments with a thoughtful perspective can lead to personal growth and healing. Remember, you are worthy of love and respect. Starting with the love and respect you give yourself. Stand tall and acknowledge your worth. Smile at yourself in the mirror and recognize the journey you are on. Surround yourself with a supportive network. Laughter and shared experiences with friends can be incredibly uplifting. A diverse support group can offer different perspectives and a sense of belonging. This might include friends, family, a therapist, or a support group. Each of these connections can provide a different type of support, whether it's emotional, practical, or professional. Don't hesitate to reach out and lean on those who care about you. Sharing your story can be incredibly healing. When you open up about your experiences, you not only release the burden you carry, but also inspire others who might be going through similar struggles. Writing in a journal can also be a cathartic way to process your emotions. It reminds you that you're not alone. In moments of vulnerability, the support and solidarity of others can be a powerful reminder that you are part of a community. Together, you can find strength and hope. Understanding the cycle of abuse is crucial for breaking free. It helps you recognize the patterns that kept you trapped. It empowers you to make different choices in the future. The cycle typically involves tension building, followed by an abusive incident, then a honeymoon phase where the abuser apologizes and promises to change. This cycle repeats, keeping you hooked on the hope of a better future. Recognizing this cycle helps you see the manipulation for what it is. It allows you to detach from the abuser's promises and focus on your own healing. Trauma bonds often erode our sense of self-worth. We start to believe the negative things our abuser says about us, and we question our own judgment and doubt our own value. Healing involves rediscovering your inherent worth. It's about remembering who you are, independent of the abuse. It's about embracing your strengths, your passions, and your dreams. Practice self-care activities that nourish your soul. Engage in hobbies you love. Spend time in nature. Surround yourself with beauty and positivity. You are worthy of happiness and fulfillment. Setting healthy boundaries is essential for protecting your emotional and mental well-being. It's about learning to say no, to advocate for your needs, and to prioritize your own well-being. Boundaries are not selfish. They are essential for self-preservation. They teach others how to treat you. They create a safe space for you to heal and grow. Start by identifying your personal boundaries. What are you willing to tolerate? What are your non-negotiables? Communicate these boundaries clearly and enforce them consistently. Trauma bonds often silence our voices. We learn to suppress our needs, our desires, and our opinions. Finding your voice is about reclaiming your power. Assertiveness is not about being aggressive or demanding. It's about communicating your needs and feelings in a direct, respectful way. It's about standing up for yourself, even when it feels uncomfortable. Start by expressing yourself in small ways. Share your opinion, even if it differs from others. Say no to requests that drain your energy. Each act of assertiveness strengthens your voice. Healing from a trauma bond is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of growth, self-discovery, and empowerment. It's about reclaiming your life and embracing your future with hope. Remember, you are not alone. There are resources available to support you on your journey. Therapists, support groups, and online communities can provide guidance, validation, and a sense of belonging. You are stronger than you think. You are worthy of love and happiness. Embrace the journey and trust that you will emerge from this experience stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before.